President Obama's visit to Cuba in many respects got overshadowed by the terror attacks in Belgium. But fortunately, I should say, Glenn Beck did not let anything avert his steely gaze. And Glenn Beck knows what's going down, ladies and gentlemen. Here is a clip of Glenn Beck, just to set the scene so that you understand where he's talking from. He is walking around wearing what appears to be a vest. It could be bulletproof. I'm not sure. Walking around in his makeshift West Wing set in the Oval Office, or I should say. So he's walking around his fake Oval Office, and of course his two lackeys are in his fake Oval Office, sort of like his, I guess, Haldeman and Dean maybe. And he's watching a clip of Obama on TV. And folks, Obama supposedly has only like 9.5 more months in office. But I mean, if you think he's going to give up power, all right, here we go.
The mask came off yesterday, and the arm was part of it. The mask came off. He said, "You have the I don't disagree." When Castro was talking yesterday about how horrible capitalism is and how horrible America is, because we don't have health care, we don't have any of those things. Wait, we have Obamacare. You passed that, baby. Here's what the president said.
I think has pointed out that, in his view, making sure that everybody's getting a decent education or health care, has basic security in old age, that those things are human rights as well. I personally would not disagree with that.
Oh, my God. They're not human rights.
But it doesn't detract from some of these other concerns.
Hang on just a second, Mr. President. What you don't understand is the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence. All men are created equal and endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights. Among these, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. When God sends me a teacher and comes out of the womb with a teacher for every child, then God is giving us the right to education. Rights come from God. Rights do not come from the government. That's the difference.
Now, Glenn Beck both at once says that rights come from God, not from a government, and cites two documents that are government documents to prove it. One of which was... It's not really a charter. It's not really controlling. But in the document that God made the government right, called the Constitution, God wanted government to promote and establish and ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty, et cetera, et cetera. I think education is pretty clearly a promotion of the general welfare, particularly in this day and age. You know what else doesn't come out of a womb when you're born is the Constitution. That also doesn't come out.
It's not rolled up in the umbilical cord?
Actually, in some instances it is, but that has become more and more problematic. All right, continue.
Difference between communism and constitutional America.
Oh, wait a second. Go back a little bit. I want to hear that again. Okay, here we go.
And comes out of the womb with a teacher for every child, then God is giving us the right to education. Rights come from God. Rights do not come from the government. That's the difference between communism and constitutional America.
Okay, pause it. Now, I guess I'm willing to accept that Glenn Beck does not feel that people have a right to an education in this country. I mean, that's basically what he's saying, because God didn't give it. Now, I suppose we could debate as to whether or not Glenn Beck really knows what God's plans are, but that seems to be aside from the point. Also, God should also let Glenn Beck know that communism is an economic system, and American constitutionalism, America Constitution, is not a system. It's a thing. But whatever. God sometimes, he's busy.
So what was he actually doing yesterday? Stu is actually right that Castro, in his space, reaching over and grabbing his arm, showing I have control of this guy. We are one with another. His mask came off. He's a Marxist. He believes in communism.
There you have it. This country under the control of Raul Castro, who, I mean, with all due respect, how old is Raul Castro? In his 80s?
What's up with the Merrick Garland nomination, man? He no radical. Why you keep trying to placate the Republicans?
Do you
what
think
the
even,
hell is
do you
your
think,
problem, man? I don't trust the fucking Republicans. I don't like
Do you
them.
want some plantains for lunch? Oh, sorry, psych. You're not getting any, not after that.
Oh, what's that on your plate? It's pork. I
Yeah.
serve it to you because I know you are a Muslim. Trying to be offensive. You can't even do Sri Shavasan, have
Get
the
it.
first Indian on the court. He's a corporatist too. And you pledge allegiance to me? This is outrage, I say. You want to meet with the DCDs? Psych. You really are. You are a Swedish socialist pussy. You are not a real communist. You nominate Merrick Garland.
Sit down. Elian Gonzalez is going to come in and he's going to slap you around.
You say you are a communist, but then you're always talking about compromising
Elian comes
with the
in,
Republicans.
puts on like the rubber gloves and just starts beating Obama up in the face.
Oh.
Exactly.
Can't take-
And then they have to put makeup on him so that he doesn't look all bruised and battered when he goes out for the
Go
press
powder
conference.
yourself up, pretty girl. And you talk about the revolution. You shut the fuck up.
Oh my God.
Did you ever see Scarface, man? That's what this is, except with no capitalism or cocaine. I'll cut you, man. You're
Film-
gonna say that you respect us? You're gonna nominate Merrick Garland? Why don't you go to Chris Matthews and talk about the great Kennedy tradition?
Hi, I'm Sam Seder, and this is an Ann Coulter doll.
You should not be immigrating here. Stay in your country and hate us.
For smart progressive talk and a little bit of this and even a little bit of that.
Mission accomplished.
Subscribe to our podcast, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and like us on Facebook to get some of our best video clips.